Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Gridiron Bangahz. I'm Jake, and as always, I'm joined by Brandon and Bryson. How's it, guys?
How's it?
Was it?
Yeah, we're coming off the divisional round for playoffs, so I guess today we'll be reacting to those games, and then we'll be going over previewing the, I guess, last two games, uh, ch- conference championships before we get to the Super Bowl. So I guess let's dive right in. Start with the first game. We had the Ravens beating the Texans. I'll start with Bryson on this one.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't really that much of a game to watch, at least kind of as things progressed, maybe early on when it was looking, close, close game. But yeah, Ravens just kind of ran away with it. Um, it didn't really surprise me. I had hope Texans maybe could have done something, but Lamar, just too much for them. And Ravens offense just looking too good. Um, and the defense just kind of didn't really step up this game like they have been the last few weeks and kind of the back end of the season. But still got to give credit to Stroud getting them that far. Definitely don't think there's any concerns about his future, his play. The level that he's at. Just tough matchup. The one seed, the Ravens have been looking pretty good this season, and reasonably so. So yeah, tough loss for them, but future's bright, and the Ravens are looking pretty decent right now, and I know they're rolling, so we'll see how they do. Obviously, they got to face the last year's champs, but yeah, definitely, yeah, not the funnest game to watch. Obviously, Stroud didn't do as great as he has been, but it is what it is. I knew it was going to come to an end at some point, and you can't complain. It's the Ravens. At least it wasn't a first round exit. He's got one playoff win under his belt rookie year, so that's more than some people got.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty much with you.
there you
I'll
go.
take over this one. Yeah, wasn't too much of a game. I mean, the only way I said the Texans win this if the Ravens kind of I want Rusty just being off for 2 weeks and happened in the first quarter. Their offense never got anything. That defense kind of stepped up, kept the Texans to pretty much I think just 7. They had the punt return. Great to see that by Texans, but they came out flat and they needed to take advantage in that first half, which they obviously didn't. And Lamar came out that second half hot and just put up a record day. So yeah, not much to say. Ravens complete team. Kind of hard to beat that when the Texans are still kind of new, but yeah, like you said, great going forward. I mean, you have something to build off now with CJ Stroud and D'Amico Ryans being only their first year, so a lot more in store for them, and really going to be interested to see what they do in the offseason because they're probably going to be in that win now mode with CJ Stroud being on the rookie contract and proving he is the guy. So yeah, tough loss for Texans fan, but a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, tough loss, but overall, successful season for them. Rookie head coach, rookie quarterback, made to the divisional round. I don't think you could have asked for more, honestly. They're going up against the Ravens, so yeah, it was just a complete team victory for the Ravens. Lamar pretty much doing everything, and then yeah, the defense just kind of suffocating. The Texans offense is a shroud, so yeah, give them props for making it this far, especially with that young team. Some injuries, especially on the offensive side of the ball, but yeah, great, overall great win from the Ravens, just continuing their dominance. Can't wait for the AFC Championship game. So yeah, that one seed obviously looked dominant. They got the win, and the other number one seed did as well. Didn't look as great as usual, but the Niners did it. The Niners still got the job done. The Niners finally got a come from behind win against the Packers. So I'll let Brandon start off this one.
Yeah, a lot closer game than I thought. I thought Jordan Love had a pretty good game. Definitely could have been better in the second half with those two picks being costly. One turned into a field goal for the Niners, another one to pretty much end the game. But I thought they played really great. I mean, that's still a super young team. I think they've been talking about all week how young that team is on offense and defense. And so another team, a lot to look forward to. But yeah, Niners just get it done. Still a complete team. Brock Purdy, I thought, had a decent day. Nothing spectacular. No turnovers. I think that was kind of the big thing for him. That kind of saved him the game. And yeah, looking forward to them next week. Biggest thing is Debo Samuel because much as I'm not a fan of him, he does change that offense. Might say he's one of the best gadget players. Won't say receiver, but gadget players because he does transform that offense. I mean, they've been showing the stats all week of they are with and without him. But yeah, not too much to say. I mean, yeah, closer game than I thought. Got down to the end, and yeah, Jordan Love just threw costly pick. But yeah, I would say there's a lot to look forward for the Packers. But with the Jair Alexander kind of Instagram post, it's going to be interesting offseason for them too.
Oh no, you know you're gonna be pounding the table already.
Oh yeah, he's coming here. Him and GPJ. Oh, with Minka in the backfield. Yeah, secondary. But yeah,
Uh,
it's a story for another day.
yeah, another day. We'll get to that another day. I was obviously, yeah, I was definitely rooting. I mean, I think we're all rooting for the Packers, and they were that close to getting the job done. Just not did not go that way. I would give the Niners their props, for playing an ugly game and still coming out, coming on top. Brock Purdy playing, that was not a good game from him by any means. The stats will not show how many times he should have got picked off, but when it mattered most, he led the final drive, so I'll give him that. But I'm not gonna sit here and say um, he's one of the best quarterbacks like left in the playoffs. Obviously, the last one, right? I think I seen that throughout the week. Who's the best quarterback of the four? And I think it's pretty obvious. But yeah, not Lions. Sorry, the Packers. They'll be back with that young team. It just sucks that they blew that opportunity to knock off the one seed after just knocking off the Cowboys. So, but yeah, Niners move on and they get the Lions. And for Packers, yeah, their window's open. It will be open.
Yeah, no, it was a close one. I mean, that could have been anybody's game. Definitely, you just look in social media. Everybody's talking about the McCaffrey touchdown and the delay of game, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. We all know one play can make a difference. One touchdown, one field goal. So who knows if that had gone differently? Could have been a different game, but it's football. You got to go with it. Got to roll with it. And yeah, I agree with Jake. I mean, Purdy didn't really kind of have a great game except for that last drive, basically. Um, and I mean, at the end of the day, really all that matters is you get them to win, and he did what he needed to do. So I can't knock him for that. But yeah, Packers futures, same thing with the Texans. Future's bright for them, young team. Um, like someone mentioned, arguably the youngest team right now in the league, just in terms of other than Aaron Jones, really that offense is all just rookies, sophomores, young guys coming in. But you can't expect a better season from basically a rookie quarterback. Yeah, he's been in for a few years and kind of was waiting behind Rodgers and finally got his first true season. But he balled out and he got them to the playoffs, beat it, looking like a contending Cowboys team. Then again, the Cowboys, it's very Cowboy-esque to lose to the Packers in the first round. But you got to give them credit where credit's due. As bad as the Cowboys are in the playoffs, they're still a top 500 team, 2 seed, and they got the win. So yeah, future's bright for them. Jordan Love, I think they'll be looking to build around him more. Maybe get that defense going because he looks pretty good with that offense, even with the young talent of receivers. So kind of just need to fill in the spots on the defense, and I think they'll be making playoff runs for the next couple of years. So yeah, we'll see the Niners in this one. I mean, I again, it's just one of those. Like I said, coming into it, can't bet against them, and they ended up getting the dub. So we'll see how it is this one. And It's definitely tough kind of matchup for me, but we'll go over that when we do our predictions. But yeah, good game, and looking forward to these next rounds to see who our finalists are going to be.
Let's see. Jordan Love is a true Packers quarterback. He he already he got the cycle down already. Beat the Cowboys, lose to the Niners. So
Right.
yeah, but shouldn't have happened. Whatever. Like Bryson said, it is what it is. We'll move on to the next game. Lions beat the Bucks. It was a close one early on. Eventually, Lions pulled away. But yeah, it was a great game from both sides. And just thinking about next week's matchup already with the Lions and the Niners, I feel like obviously the Lions had a I can't say easier time, but they walked out of this game less injured. So I like where they're going right now, and just I like the way they're playing as well. Just still relying on the run game, really mixing and matching. Laporta, St. Brown over the middle of the field. I just like their recipes for success right now, and I think you can still see that going forward. But yeah, I really just like the way the Lions are playing from last week to this division round game.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
mean, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
Go,
off. Just
go ahead.
um, yeah, it was kind of one of those where it was a close game, but it just felt like a quiet game at the same time. Um, definitely, I know a lot of people were questioning kind of the decision making at the end there. If they should have taken the timeout, forced them to kick a field goal, maybe you get lucky and they miss, and you get the ball back. Yeah, if they make it, it's kind of over. But why not like give them a chance to miss it? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I know a lot of people were like, maybe they didn't realize they still had a timeout left or something. I don't know what happened, but um, yeah. I mean, either way, I still think I don't think they missed that field goal, and it probably would have been over anyway. But why not give yourselves a chance? But yeah, no, good game from the Lions. Kind of agree with you, Jake. They've kind of you know have the easier road right now. Look pretty solid. Everybody's staying healthy, at least the core guys, and they look pretty strong. I mean, Goff's playing his best football right now. I think they got the duo Gibbs Montgomery, deadly run game, great offensive line, and young guys on the defense. Um, and we know Amon Ra. Amon Ra's been cooking lately, so this is going to be an interesting matchup. Definitely going to be probably. I mean, both sides, AFC and NFC, are going to be wild matchups. But um, I feel like this Lions game carries more weight just with the narrative coming from the Lions, and just I feel like everybody wants the Niners to lose. So, but then again, I feel like everybody wants the Chiefs to lose. So it's kind of both ways. So this is honestly, you couldn't ask for a better conference championship games. Um, but yeah, good game from the Lions. Tough for the Bucks. Still like Baker, like what he was able to do. Yeah, he kind of had an easy matchup against kind of a crumbling Eagles in the first round, but a win's a win at the end of the day in the playoffs. And we'll see what the future looks like for the Bucks. I mean, we know what their offense like. Mike Evans, um, White's kind of finally coming into it, looking pretty good this season. So I don't know. We'll see if they continue to make good playoff runs. Whether I mean at this point I can't see them looking at anybody else at quarterback. I think they're pretty satisfied with Baker. Um, so just one of those teams that don't really expect much from them, but they find ways to just kind of make some noise. And props to them making it at least to the second round. But yeah, that didn't really surprise me that the Lions were able to get this one real close. Though I thought the Bucks had a chance for a little bit there, but yeah, good one from the Lions. They look like they're rolling right now.
Yeah, no, kind of gotta disagree though. I do not think the Lions had the easier road. I mean, the Niners only played the Packers, and I I was the only one that chose to pick the Niners, but yeah, congrats to the Bucks. I mean, fantastic season, even though it kind of cut short here, but no one kind of expected you to be here. I don't even know if Bucks fans really did. I mean, just yeah, they didn't look like they had the talent there. Baker was kind of a question mark at quarterback, had a great season, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting what they do in the offseason. I know Mike Evans kind of hinted at not returning in the offseason, this previous offseason, and they have Baker on. They got to re-sign him or find someone else. So curious to see what they do because I mean, had a great season. They could still believe that they're in that playoff contention, that Super Bowl contention, but I don't know how much I believe it, especially losing some of these big pieces. And I don't think they're a super young team. They have a lot of great veterans that just getting older by the year. So, but great game. I was more impressed with them, in my opinion, than the Lions. I was kind of hoping the Lions made this game less competitive than it was. You're right, it wasn't too competitive, but there was always that like Bucks could still be in this, and the Bucks kept them at that kind of like we're still in this to the very end almost. Yeah, they probably should have called the timeout. I mean, kickers just worse in the playoffs. I feel like every year we see misses everywhere. But yeah, great game by the Bucks, and also great game by the Lions. Gonna see them. Can't wait to see them in the next round. But yeah, I don't know if that game gave me too much confidence because I was hoping it wouldn't have been that high scoring and just I don't know how much they gave up on defense to the Bucks. It's a little concerning in my opinion, but nonetheless, you guys got the dub and made it to the next round. So
Definitely
congrats to the
agree.
Lions.
Yeah, definitely agree with you though. Bucks had a great year, I'd say. Like you said, a lot better than what most people anticipated. So give them their props. And yeah, they're gonna look to sign Baker, and we'll see if Evans is their top priority after that. 'Cause, that window, not saying it's the window with that rookie contract, I'm not saying it's that window, but that division is weak, so they have a window technically to get in the playoffs every year if everything is stable. But we'll see. They lost their OC, so it's another thing to kind of look forward to. But yeah, let's move on to the last game of the weekend. I think everybody's favorite game, Braden's favorite game, the Bills and the Chiefs. So sorry, Braden, I'm gonna start this with you.
Go ahead. You can start it. I don't even want to talk
No?
about this game
Oh,
really.
all right. Preston, do you want to start this? I mean, I don't
Sure,
mind
I'll
taking.
start it. I'll start us off. Yeah, no, game of the week for sure. This was like crazy competitive, and we expected it for Mahomes Allen matchup. Um, kind of just stalemate back and forth, just offensive onslaught early on, kind of trading scores. I felt like just watching the game, I felt like the Bills just had, even when they were going back and forth, the Bills' drives just looked a lot smoother than the Chiefs. Um, definitely thought they were kind of just walking all over that defense. It was a tough one. They finally were trading, they traded punts, that fourth down punt. They went for it, kind of, I don't know what that play call was. I felt like it was a charity play for Hamlin. So I don't know. That was a questionable one. But yeah, they traded possessions, no points. Chiefs go up. This definitely could have been a different game if not for that fumble leading to the touchback. So that's one thing to consider because that would have put the Chiefs up 2 scores, 2 possessions. But got to give the Bills credit. That drive, unfortunately, they missed the field goal. But that drive, they looked really good. Definitely, Allen could have made some better choices on his throws to maybe extend the drive instead of forcing it into a field goal. Uh, so, I mean, if I think I saw a stat line where it was his completion percentage in passes that were more than 20 or 30 yards, and it was abysmal. And like all his completions came from behind the line of scrimmage, just doing like kind of screen plays, check downs, stuff like that. So that kind of put it in perspective that, yeah, they look pretty good, but when the moment came big, he couldn't really get it done. At the end of the day, it kind of fell on Bass for that missed field goal. He put him in field goal range, set him up to tie the game. Who knows? Mahomes still could have, ran the drive and won the game for them, but can't really blame Allen for that one, so I don't really hold that against him. For how well they played, he got them to where they needed to be, and you can't blame him for the kicker missing. But yeah, that was a great game. Super intense to watch. It was just back and forth, back and forth. Nobody seemed to really kind of steal the momentum fully. And then yeah, just a tough way to lose off of a missed field goal. And I don't know. I mean, I think the Chiefs look pretty good, other than the defense. I mean, I don't think the defense was bad. They just weren't getting a lot of pressure, and it's kind of hard with the type of QB Allen. He just extends plays, scrambles a lot, and kind of just knows how to avoid pressure and just get out of the pocket. Snead finally gave up a touchdown, first one. So, but I think they're feeling pretty good right now. I think the offense looked pretty decent. We finally saw Kelsey. Obviously they broke that record, him and Mahomes, with the Gronk and Brady. So, big game for them. And we'll see. I mean, this is going to be another intense QB matchup, elite QB matchup in Lamar Mahomes. But, yeah, right now, tough for the Bills, especially to lose that way. I know there's a lot of concern, a lot of questions about Diggs. I know if you guys saw the tweet from his brother, kind of hinting towards that Allen wasn't good until Diggs showed up, and that man needs to get out of there, stuff like that. So I don't know. There might be some questions. I know there was a lot of talks about his kind of unhappiness with the way the team has been going, just kind of playoff woes back to back to back. And yeah, the Buffalo curse continues, unfortunately. So, but yeah, Mahomes got his first away win. Big game for him, having that, finally being able to say he won a game outside of Arrowhead, and he's looking to do it again one more time. So, but yeah, great game of the week for sure. I was off my couch, standing up watching that game, biting my nails. I was like, dang, this one's gonna be close. So yeah, great game.
Always lives up to the hype, that game. No matter what direction it goes, yeah. It's always gonna go down to the wire for some reason. But yeah, I agree. I'll start with the Chiefs first. That they've been looking a lot better. Starting with the Miami game, I think yes, they were dropping more passes in the Miami game, but it seemed like they're cleaning it up a bit. They're getting more explosive plays, and guys just catching it. MVS caught a bomb in this one,
Oh yeah,
and
that was a
normally
nice
he's the guy
catch.
that, yeah, and normally right, he's the guy that always drops it, or one of the old guys that always drops it. And yeah, Kelsey with the 2 touchdowns. Yeah, you're really seeing the offense come together. Not saying it's the explosive juggernaut that we're used to seeing, but it's more consistent. Or maybe it's the defenses they've been going up against. I don't know, but it's looking better. I think Chiefs fans should be excited for that. Bills, honestly, Josh Allen played a great game. I really can't take away anything from him. And I know the kicker missed the field goal. He definitely should have made that. That's a money kick from him, honestly, because he's pretty consistent. He's not like I don't see them firing him, or probably would have been fired actually. But yeah, he's one of the better kickers in the league. But I think they definitely had opportunities to either take the lead or maybe not have to rely on that field goal. With like Bryson said, that fake punt with Damar Hamlin, and then Diggs dropping that absolute dime. That was that was a beautiful pass. But just stuff like that, I kind of hold against them, that they had their chances. But overall, it was a great game. Just hoping they can get over the hump next year or sometime soon. Really.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, game of the week, another great matchup between these two. Just another one to add to just the history of these two guys going at it. I mean, they're already comparing them to like the Brady and the Peyton. And unfortunately, Josh Allen again has a great game. It just doesn't come out on top. Honestly, not even his fault. I thought he was the better quarterback in this game, in my opinion. But I thought he had an amazing game. Definitely drops by the receivers, which I thought I would have said by Mahomes' receivers, but Khalil Shakur, definitely the one by Stephon Diggs at the end of them would have changed the game. Um, I'm not too mad they went for it on that punt. I mean, I wouldn't have done a fake punt, but I guess they only had 10 guys out there, so they switched into it. But if you're going for it, I would have just put Allen out there. He's been kind of the guy who got you here in the first place, and I get why you would go for it. Chiefs weren't really getting stopped, and they were already down 3 points. The Chiefs go and score a touchdown. It was pretty much over at that point. But yeah, a tough game. Allen had an amazing game. Defense could have stepped up a little bit. Definitely played a lot better in that second half, especially forcing that turnover that kind of kept them in the game. And yeah, James Cook's sadly kind of just died out at the end too. I don't know if you guys saw like the bad beat from like those betting on his rushing yards, but
Oh yeah,
if
I
you
saw that.
yeah
Oh,
yeah if you took the over, you
he hit, and
had
then
it in
like
the
his
first
next
half.
four rushes were like all
Yeah,
negative
the
Oh,
yards.
second half
really?
he
Yeah,
rushed for the
yeah,
second half
he
he rushed
was.
for negative yards.
Yeah, his prop was like 67,
Hmm.
and
He had like
then his
70 at
next
half, I
four.
think.
Yeah, he had 70, and then he had four rushes that went for -1, -3, and like
Damn.
-4, and then 0 or something. So yeah, that was a bad beat.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
And then yeah, it
But
just turned into a passing script. So yeah, he wasn't gonna see a rush again.
yeah, for Stephon Diggs, would have liked to see him play better. Kind of been dead the last few weeks, in my opinion. Haven't really heard him. I mean, James Cook did come alive that running game, but yeah, um, great game by Allen. It's going to be tough for them in the future. I saw his kind of cap hit pretty much like triples the next year, so definitely going to be less to work with. And I don't know if you guys also saw the video of Gabe Davis. Kind of funny, but yeah, there was like a fan yelling at him, and they almost got into a fight, and like one of the teammates had to like kind of like get him away.
I
Forgot
feel
what he
like
was
I
saying. He
saw
was saying,
nothing. I didn't even see Davis that entire game.
yo, he was injured. He was injured.
Oh, he was okay.
Yeah,
I
but like after the game, I think one of the Chiefs fans were talking shit. And he was pissed, and you could
oh
tell
yeah,
like
I'd be
he would
too.
have got in the stands and probably fought him if his teammate didn't pull him away. But yeah, tough loss. Great game by the Chiefs. I mean, offensively, they look a lot better. Getting Kels involved, kind of looking like before with that combination. And you still have Rasheed Rice, didn't have the hugest game, but still was a factor. And I mean, hats off to Pacheco. Ran really great this game, kind of kept them balanced, kept them without going. I thought they had more smoother offensive drives just because, I mean, I felt like Josh Allen all day was having to convert kind of third and longs while Pacheco was putting the Chiefs in easy convertible first downs. And I felt like that was kind of just the way the game went. And yeah, great game to both of them. Sucks for Josh Allen and the Bills, but not surprised. We know what Mahomes does in this playoffs, and doing it all over again, it's hard to kind of deny it or be against it at this point. I've seen it enough times.
Yeah. Real stars of the game, the Kelsey brothers. I'm just kidding.
That was great seeing him jump out of
Yeah, that
the
was pretty
booth,
funny.
especially what he said on the podcast too.
Oh
Or I
yeah,
don't know if you saw that.
yeah, I saw
Oh,
that.
his wife.
Yeah, his wife.
Where he was like, "I'm not asking for permission. I'm
It was
telling
like,
you that I'm jumping. I'm taking off my shirt and
yeah,
jumping into to the stands."
that's funny.
But yeah, no, that should wrap up our reaction to the divisional round games. Yeah, make sure to check out our next video for the previews for the conference championships, and then yeah, we'll be going over some news around the league, especially those head coach vacancies. So stay tuned for that. And until then, shoots.
Shoots.